And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. It is Wednesday night. It is 6:05. We appreciate you tuning in. We are live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. Johnny Nunez directing behind the scenes. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in. A little bit later tonight, one of the hottest teams in the Inland Empire for high school baseball right now, the Moreno Valley Vikings. Head coach Brad Alcock will join us live on the show as the Vikings. They had a big game at Angel Stadium. They're in the hunt for that league championship. They've gone to a couple CIF finals. We're going to hear from Coach a little bit later in the show. And how cool is this? Damon Keith, former Redlands East Valley high school star, former CBU baseball star, drafted by the Dodgers. He will start the baseball season right here at Rancho Cucamonga with the Quakes. Damon will join us live on the show in just a little bit, and we will also hear from Inland Empire 66ers General Manager Joe Hudson about some cool promotions coming up this season for IE, including a Marvel night. I know there's a bunch of Marvel nerds. I'm one of them that love all those characters and the superheroes, and also they're going to have special Mike Trout bags, all kinds of cool stuff going on out there with the 66ers. But first things first. Nobody loves high school football like we do here on the Inland Sports Show. Joining us live on the show right now, he is the new head coach of the Corona High School Panthers, Andy Diaz. Coach Diaz, first off, thank you so much for making time for us here on the Inland Sports Show, and congratulations on the Corona job.
So much. I mean, first of all, Mr. Fernandez, thank you for having me on here. And I definitely need to throw a shout out to Mr. Sanchez, the principal, who hired me and gave me this opportunity, and the athletic director, Mr. Stevens at Corona. So I'm excited.
Now, Coach Diaz, I know you're predominantly an Orange County guy. Now you're out here in the Inland Empire. What did you know? What were your thoughts about just maybe like IE football, Inland Empire football in general? Because I know there's a lot of crossover in playoffs and non-league play with the IE and Orange County getting together. But what was your perception, I guess, maybe of IE football?
I mean, coming from the OC, one of the biggest things that I've always heard is that the IE football is very tough. A lot of tough kids that love to hit, love to pound. And so to have that opportunity to come in, especially into this district where you'll have a, Corona Centennial and that teams like that I can learn from and get some information and better our program and compete in that kind of sense is an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, we're proud of our high school football out here in the IE, and now you're part of us. So Coach Diaz, I know you're a former head coach, El Toro, La Quinta. I don't have your complete resume in front of me, but based on your past head coaching experience, how do you think that might help you as the head coach of the Panthers?
One of the biggest, I'm going into my 26th year coaching and my 15th year as a head football coach. And so I've experienced everything. I've been an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator. I've coached the line, the DBs. I've coached up in the Monterey area, the San Diego area, the Orange County, and now to the IE. And so one of the greatest things is the population there. So far, meeting the kids there is they want to work hard and they want that opportunity. And so I'm there to help them, to help guide them, and to, bring in the love of football and that atmosphere. I know we have the Red Sea for our student section. And so I'm looking forward to that because I know at El Toro, we had a big, student section there as well. And so to see the Red Sea and Friday nights, the show, and that's what it's going to be about. And those are the kind of things that makes football such a fun thing, especially for the kids and the community. And that's the thing about Corona is I see that it's a community. And so bringing it all together is going to be awesome.
Coach, and you're right, man. Something about a school's identity and the student section and the band and Friday nights. It's just something about high school football that's so special. But listening to you talk about all your previous stops, Coach, I got to tell you, Monterey is like my wife's favorite place on earth. San Diego is America's finest city. You're in Orange County, but you picked Corona. You're with us now in the IE. Those are three unbelievable places. But I know you were a DC, right, at Western and Anaheim most recently. Did you want to be another head coach? Was that, again, you've had so much head coaching experience. Did you want to be back on the sidelines, but as a head coach as opposed to, a coordinator or an assistant in some sort?
Yes, sir. I mean, after I resigned at El Toro, Coach Davidson at Western High School, who does a phenomenal job at Western, called me up and was like, "Hey, Diaz, what are you doing?" I said, sitting here watching Netflix. And so he was like, hey, come on out. I need a DC. Come help me. And I'm like, all right, let's go for it. And I knew Coach Davidson from the years when I was at La Quinta. And so I had fun. I had a great time. And he's like, you know what? You need to get back on that sidelines. I go, I agree 100%. And so, you know, I was able to start getting picky because I was very happy at Western. And so after going through the interview process and seeing everything that Corona has and that they're hungry to have a football program there that's going to be successful and it's going to bring all the kids that are on campus to play sports. And I know the baseball program right now is doing awesome.
Yeah.
And we want to bring the football to that level as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk with Andy Wise much, the baseball coach at Corona High, but he's a good dude. You find him. When you're on campus, find him. He's a great dude.
Yes.
Coach, you know, how if someone was asking you, let's say it's a parent or just a football fan here in the IE, and they're like, well, what's a Coach Diaz football team look like? Do they score a lot of points? Do they hang their hat on defense? Like, how would you describe the way you want to see Corona play on Friday nights?
I mean, the biggest thing is my motto, which is family. Okay. And it's always been that for a long time of mine, is because the kids are going to see, first of all, that I care about them. I love them. And just like a family, you know, you're going to have some arguments, some things that, you know, maybe don't go your way, but blood is blood. And we're wearing red. So that's one of the biggest things is there it is. Blood is blood. But offensively for us, honestly, we're going to take whatever the other team gives us. And so we try to stay 50-50 as much as possible. And it's usually been 60 passing, 40 running after I've looked at my stats. But you know what? If they're going to give us a pass all night long, we'll throw the ball. If they're going to, you know, do the run, then there you go. Defensively, we're going to put pressure on you. We just believe in swarming to the ball. You're going to see us hustling. We're going to be in shape. You're going to see us moving. And you're going to see us play with an upbeat. You know, we're going to be having fun out there. You know, no matter what the score is, no matter what's going on, we're going to be having fun playing football.
Well, Coach, you mentioned the red. You're wearing red. What was your thoughts when you walk on campus, you go out to the football stadium? It's a beautiful, huge stadium, and you see the red and gray turf. Like, there's not a lot of football stadiums or high schools that offer something like that. What were your first thoughts of the field, the stadium?
You know, at first I was like, wow. And then I was like, how cool. And then I was like, the first thing that came into my mind is like Boise.
Yeah.
You know, they're the blue turf. That's what they're proud of. And so same with us, you know, we're going to be wearing red and that's what we're proud of. That's our colors. And so why not? Hey, it's a home field advantage, right? Yeah. Come on in and get used to it. And we're going to be used to it because we're practicing on it. And so it's an advantage for us. You know, by the time they settle down and get used to it, maybe it's halftime, maybe we're ahead already, you know, but we're going to have fun with it. Definitely.
Home field advantage for sure. And ironically, it's kind of weird, but like we've got two red fields in the IE. You guys have one of them in Valley View in Moreno Valley in our coverage area at least. Coach, I wanted to ask you, this is really cool. We've had several other coaches from the Big 8 League and the Southwestern League on the show the last couple of months about the new Big West Conference, where they're going to divide it up into two different leagues. Are you excited about the opportunity that you guys will have inside the Big West Conference? Because I think the way they divided it up, we're going to have ultra competitive games when it comes down to league play. I think we should have some really close games.
I honestly, you know, we look at playoffs and all those kind of things, you know, in the southern section, and to see that these two leagues join together to build that conference, I think it's a great thing for us. And it still gives the opportunity for schools to move up or move down. You know, with our teams, we're going to have Temecula Valley in our league, Murrieta Mesa, Martin Luther King, Santiago, Great Oak, and then, of course, ourselves. And so I think that becomes a more competitive league for us. We're definitely in a huge rebuilding year at our school. Okay, I'm not going to, you know, sugarcoat it. And so, you know, for us to go into it, to be honest, I haven't played against these schools, so they're all new for me. And so the prepping and everything, it's going to be more intense for me. But at the same time, I think it'll be great for the kids because we're still keeping a lot of schools there that these kids, they know their friends. Mm-hmm. And so, you start traveling a little bit farther, not that much more, but a little bit farther.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of good football in the IE. There's a lot of good football in Riverside County. But when you look at the Big Eight and the Southwestern League, there's some great coaches, great programs, great players. I think it's going to be a lot of fun in that Big West Conference. And, Coach, before we let you go, one more question. I don't have your schedule in front of me, but what does your non-league look like? And, who are you playing, and what are you hoping to see from your team in those non-league games to kind of give you a sense of, okay, we're at least going in the right direction, right, before you get to league play?
Right. One of the biggest things is we're staying locally this year. So we still have Roosevelt, and we definitely have our rival, Norco. And so that game's always huge because we're in our reds and they're in their blues. And so that's always a fun, rivalry there. We're going to be playing a couple other schools from the Riverside area, but we're not traveling far this year, which eventually I do like to have at least one trip somewhere. And so hopefully in the next couple of years, either next year or the following year, we can have a travel trip. Definitely not out to the desert in the early weeks, though. But somewhere maybe by the beach somewhere. Maybe
El Toro, right? Maybe El Toro will be on the schedule.
There you go. You never know. I want a little closer to the beach.
Get that nice breeze coming off the water, right? Well, Coach Diaz,
yes, sir.
Listen, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Best of luck this upcoming season, and hopefully we can do this again as we get a little bit closer to, I don't know what week 0 is, maybe August 20th or 21st or somewhere around
19th,
there.
yeah.
Oh, 19th, okay.
Yeah. So we're August 19th, 0 week. So, it's coming around the corner. And so you guys are always welcome at our school. Come on out. It'll be nice and warm for everybody. So we'll have some water for you guys.
Coach Diaz, you're the best. Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Andy Diaz, the new head football coach for the Corona Panthers here on the Inland Sports Show. We will take our first commercial break of the night. When we come back, he's standing by. He's on deck. It is Damon Keith, formerly of REV and CBU, starting out the baseball season with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. We'll have him when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show.
What up, guys? Boost May here at the Boost Performance Center. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
This segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods in Norco. Since 1976, Ken Sporting Goods has been #1 in the Inland Empire, providing team uniforms, sports equipment, Letterman jackets, and more. Visit them off Hamner in Norco or online at kensportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Join Ray Bass and his experienced coaching staff for sports training to become bigger, stronger, and faster. Athletes from all sports, boys and girls, are welcome. Plus, learn more about the Bass Private School at boosttrainingsystems.com. And Danny's Pizza in Yucaipa. Looking for the best pizza in the Inland Empire? Look no more. You'll find it at Danny's Pizza off of Yucaipa Boulevard. Mention the Inland Sports Show and get 20% off your next order. So the next time you're ordering pizza for your family or maybe your entire team, make sure it's Danny's Pizza.
What up, y'all? Coach Bass here with a quick 2 cents. You keep getting hurt for mostly 2 reasons. 1, you're not doing enough of the right type of strength training to become durable and perform at a high level. 2, you're competing and training too much and not allowing yourself to rest and recover. Bottom line, you can't be weak and expect to perform at a high level. And stop saying no days off, because you need days off. Boost Man.
so long, and he had tons of offers. Do you guys remember when Phil Jackson was stepping down? I think it was like the first time. Everyone thought Coach K would be the next head coach of the Lakers. Like, he was always attached to the Lakers because he was very involved with USA basketball. So he was around Shaq, he was around Kobe, he was around some of the greatest NBA players already. And everyone thought eventually at some point he would leave Duke and be the head coach of the Lakers. And it just never happened. He wrote it out at Duke, and what a run it was for him. Kinley Jansen's gone, right? He's with the Atlanta Braves now, and I know a lot of Dodger fans are probably happy. That was a wild ride with Kinley Jansen as the closer because you never knew what was going to happen. No. So Kinley Jansen's gone to the Braves. Our guy Joe Kelly, the pride of UC Riverside, the pride of Corona High School, he's moved on to the Chicago White Sox. So they needed a closer. That guy at the end of the bullpen is going to nail things down at the end of a victory, and it's going to be White Sox closer Craig Kimbrell. He's coming over to the Dodgers.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. You can check it out on KCAL 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. We talk local sports here. Now joining us on the show, you've probably heard this guy's name quite a bit because he's a former Redlands East Valley star. He was at California Baptist. Now he's back in the IE. He's back at Rancho Cucamonga. It is Damon Keith joining us live on the show, Rancho Cucamonga Quakes star. And Damon, listen, being a local guy, I mean, did you ever think that you were going to get back to the IE at some point in your professional career? Because maybe when you were drafted by the Dodgers, you thought, well, I got to go through Rancho Cuc, right, to make it to the big leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely been a wild ride. And, I mean, being drafted by the Dodgers and then being now with the Quakes, being able to be close to home again, it's been great. And I'm definitely looking forward to the season.
I know you're probably looking forward to it, but how about your family and friends thinking, hey, he's going to be at the epicenter right down the road at Rancho Cuc. We got to go check him out all the time. I'm sure your folks are probably pretty happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They'll be out there every game.
Now, you play at REV, then you go, right down the road to CBU. You're at Rancho Cucamonga now. You've been pretty local. What is that like for you and your family to kind of have those strong local roots here in the IE? And, you've been, whether it was high school or college or now pro.
I think it's honestly been a great opportunity, I think, for everybody. I mean, that I'm more closely tied, like family-wise and friends, everybody like that, always being able to be out at games. I think there's also that level of comfortability, being able to be close to home and around everybody, which is nice as well. All
right, Damon. So right now, are you like in your childhood bedroom right now at your parents' house? Like, are you back in like Redlands, or where are you right now?
I'm back at home. I'll be at home for the season while I'm in here in Rancho.
Like, is that cool, or is it strange? Are mom and dad excited? Like, what do you think?
I mean, it's definitely, a good change being from Arizona, and definitely it's going to be getting a lot hotter there now and get back to California weather again. But I mean, it's definitely nice being back at home.
Now, Damon, you were a terrific hitter, obviously, especially at CBU. That's the last time we saw you locally, at least. What are some things that you feel like you can still get better so you can continue to climb that ladder in the minor leagues for the Dodgers and hopefully one day make it to the bigs?
I mean, there's always going in things to get better at. And I think just my goal for the season is just trying to everything all around, just trying to tie everything up and button it up and start getting in that more consistent everyday kind of deal.
Damon, at what point during your baseball career did it really sink in that you had a realistic shot to play professional baseball, like for a living, like that would be your career? Was it at REV? Or was it younger than that? Was it your senior year at CBU? Like, at what point did it kind of click, like, you know what, I'm going to do this for a living. I'm going to get paid to do this.
I mean, I think growing up, I mean, obviously that's a lot of people's dreams and everything like that. I think when it really clicked for me was kind of like the past 2 years I had at CBU and going out there, being able to do my thing and obviously having some good success with it and being more comfortable. Then it really started to get in my mind, like, okay, like I can really, like, this is something I can do and, try and take it for a ride and see how far it goes.
So, Damon, I'm trying to do some math in my head. So you were at REV when Coach Cordes, was he the head coach when you were there?
Yes.
So you had Cordes, and then you go to CBU, and you got Gary Adcock, and those are like two of the best baseball guys that I know. What are some things that you learned from Coach Cordes and Coach Adcock that still applies to you right now as a pro?
I mean, it's crazy the way that it worked out, but I feel like just being around Cordes and Adcock, to me, they're two very similar guys, and like their coaching style and how they go about their business. It's definitely the attention to detail and focusing on the little things, because they really do make a difference. And I think now, being where I'm at, like, I'm starting to realize that more and more every day. But I think just being there day in and day out, no matter you're feeling your best or feeling your worst, like, you just got to find a way to get it done. And I think that's definitely something that stuck with me with both of them.
Yeah, those are two awesome baseball guys. Damon, I'm sure everyone in your family, all your friends, are probably all Dodger fans for sure now. But before you were drafted by the Dodgers, did the family or you have a favorite team?
It's my favorite team before I got drafted by the Dodgers was actually the Giants. And it's funny because when we first got there and we were doing our little mini camp before they brought us in for like short period of season, the coaches would come up and ask me, like, oh, hey, like, who's your favorite team? Like, da-da-da-da. And I'm telling, like, you don't want to know.
Oh, man, God works in mysterious ways. So when you get drafted by the Dodgers, I'm sure, your family and you're obviously, so excited and happy. And, it's what a great future. And you're so excited. But did you kind of laugh to yourself, or your parents kind of laughing like, oh, my gosh, of all teams, you're going to be a Dodger?
Mm-hmm. It was a little bit ironic. And then, I mean, obviously some of the friends had a couple of jokes coming at me for the next couple of days, but it was pretty funny.
No, that's so funny. Damon, what are some big adjustments you think you're going to make from, I'm sure going from REV to CBU was an adjustment, but now, CBU to playing professional baseball here at the single A level. I mean, what are things that you feel like maybe the pitchers are going to be a little bit better? What do you think are maybe some just adjustments that the game might be a little bit different for you?
I think going in there, I mean, I just got to be able to stick with it and just be able to slow it down as much as I can. And just, again, touching on that consistency, that's going to be the biggest thing. Obviously, through an extended season, 140 games or so, like, that's obviously almost triple of what we've been playing in college and stuff like that. So definitely consistency on a day-to-day basis and just taking care of the body is going to be the big thing.
And I'm assuming a lot of bus rides coming up in your future, right? And I think in fact tomorrow, right? If you're watching us live on a Wednesday night, Thursday you'll be on a bus. Head where?
We're going up to Visalia to play Rawhide for 3 games.
I've been to that Visalia ballpark, and that's going to be quite the bus ride for you guys to go up there to the Central Valley. Well, Damon, listen, I really appreciate the time, man. Best of luck this season. We cover the Quakes throughout the summer, so we'll probably see you out there at the ballpark as well. So keep tearing it up, man. We're all big fans, so good luck this season.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that is Damon Keith, formerly of REV and CBU, now with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk some Moreno Valley High School baseball with their skipper, Brad Alcock, next on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time. And then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
What up, y'all? Coach Bass here, going to break you with another quick 2 cents. What's great about focusing on effort is that when it's applied often, it becomes a habit. Putting in great effort starts to extend beyond sports and becomes a state of mind. Once you start to see how far effort takes you in athletics, you can only imagine how far it'll take you in life. This is why I coach effort, because if I can get you to work incredibly hard for me, I can get you to work incredibly hard for yourself. Boost man.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your support over the last several years. In fact, we're going on year number 8 of the Inland Sports Show. It has certainly changed and evolved over the years, and you guys have been along for the entire journey. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're on social media, so if you're already following us or subscribing, great. But you can also tell your teammates, your people at school, your family, your friends. There's the Inland Sports YouTube channel, approaching 2 million views. We got several thousand subscribers. We appreciate it. And make sure you share with other folks who might not be subscribing. Same goes for Twitter. We're on Twitter as well. And if you're looking for immediate results, breaking news, we post pictures and shorter videos. Check us out on Twitter. That's Inland_sports on Twitter. And we're also on Facebook. Yeah, we're still doing Facebook. In fact, we live stream the Inland Sports Show on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can check it out there live on Wednesday nights at 6:05 p.m. We're also on the Gram, the IG. If you want to see pictures and shorter videos from a lot of the games and events that we go to, you can check it out on Instagram. So if you support us by following along on social media, thank you so much. And if you'd like to take that to the next level, Inland Sports also has a Venmo account. If you'd like to financially support the show, you appreciate the service we provide to the IE, you can do that as well. Again, this is just an opportunity to say thank you to all you guys out there who follow the Inland Sports Show. You watch the Inland Sports Show each and every week. Thank you guys so much, and the best is yet to come.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
And welcome back, everybody. We are live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. A big shout out to Damon Keith, formerly of REV and CBU, now with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, for joining us live on the show. Now we're going to talk some high school baseball. This team is having a great season. One of the top programs in the IE. They've gone to a couple CIF championship games. We'll talk about that. It's Moreno Valley High School skipper Brad Alcock. And Coach, I know you guys had a game this afternoon. I wanted to play talk Vikings baseball on the show, but I was really hoping you guys would win this afternoon and then come on the show. And I think you were playing Orange Vista, and you said it was hard fought, but you got the win.
Yeah, no, they definitely didn't give it to us. I definitely didn't want to come on the show after a loss. For sure, I appreciate getting invited, but no, we ended up pulling it out. So it's been getting hot, so we could feel the lethargicness from our guys, but we ended up pulling it out. So.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this then. Having a close game today against Orange Vista, I've seen some of your results, and you guys have been rolling along this season. Is it maybe kind of good that you get yourself kind of tangled in some of these close games or games that you assume that you're going to win, and you guys still find a way to win, but maybe to kind of, get that experience, I guess, for a team like this before you get to the playoffs?
Absolutely. I mean, close games, you can't reciprocate those at practice. It's very, very difficult to put pressure on guys equal to a big game, especially a league game. So anytime you get tight situations and you got to overcome those and face some adversity, it's a good thing. You get up 10-0 on teams and you just kind of put your guard down and you quit playing. And then all of a sudden the game gets tight and you've never been in that position. And we've all seen it where teams have a great year and they're one and done in the playoffs because they get punched in the mouth or face some adversity that they're not, experienced in. So I welcome, and we got some non-league Paloma Valley. They're a great team next week, and I'm glad we're playing them. Played Canyon, they're always a good team. So we're trying to schedule some tough teams to get us going, and Valley View's killing it as well right now. So they're no slouch, and we're gonna have to play them a couple times in the league. So I think we'll be battle tested. We're not just gonna go in rolling through everybody, and that's kind of our challenge as a coaching staff, is to pop any bubble our kids try to get, in their head, because it just takes one bad game, ball bounce one way, and the season's over. So our kids know that.
Yeah, Coach, you're talking about this tough schedule, and it is tough. Like, Paloma, Canyon Springs, they're always good. I'm thinking back, I saw on social media you guys had a walk-off win against Redlands East Valley. Rev's always tough. I mean, what are you finding out? What are you learning about this year's team that gets you excited about playoff time for the Vikings?
Well, you kind of hit it on the head on a walk-off like that. The first tournament we were in, we were kind of breezing through teams. And when we faced Rev, our kids, it felt to them like a playoff-type atmosphere. And we ended up getting down in the 7th inning. And one thing you learn about a good team, and something that I've had in the past, is they believe they're going to win the game. No matter what the situation is, they believe it. And you can feel it. We go down in the 7th inning and they're going, okay, you're going to get on. I'm going to hit you over and we're going to hit you in and we're going to walk off on these guys. And that was the mentality in that game. And I've had other teams where as soon as you get down, you just see the shoulders go down and guys, just, here we go again. And that's kind of how old Moval was years ago, back in the day. But it's definitely changed, and you can feel it with this group that we don't feel like we're out of any game at any time. And, it definitely showed that, and that was a huge win for us psychologically, I think. So, yeah, no, good call on the Red game for sure.
And, Coach, I'm thinking about your season as well. Something else I saw on social media, and you guys are great on social media, so thank you if you're tagging Inland Sports or putting stuff out there. We really appreciate it so we can stay up to date on the Vikings. But you guys actually had a game at the Big A at Angel Stadium. How did that come together?
So it's kind of funny. That was 3 years in the making, because so they have a program for high school sport baseball programs. If you sell a certain amount of tickets, you get to play a game there. And we went into that program 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and then COVID hit. So we couldn't play that first year. And then last year we were going to play there, and it hit again. And we kind of went into that game going, this is going to be a fun game. So but we go into it at 13-0, and we just said, hey, it's going to be a fun game. We're going to get every kid out and play, period. Don't care if we win. It's an experience. 10 years from now, I want every kid to say I got in the game. And so going in 13-0, you start questioning, like, man, do we want to, let's go after this? But either way, we still played pretty well, and that's a very good team as well. But it was a lot of fun to get out there on the field. Coaches got the kids to run and be the ball boy, and guys warmed up in the bullpen and got to run from left field to the mound. A lot of pictures. So it's just a memory that, these kids will have the rest of their life. And it was a lot of fun for us. And yeah, top to bottom, got to get everybody in the game. So, man, it was a blast. But yeah, that comes from a program that they do selling tickets. And you sell a certain amount and you get in.
That's really cool. If I was a pitcher, I'd be, standing down, looking at the rubber, thinking, man, Shohei Ohtani stands right here. If I was playing center field, I'd be like, Mike Trout stands right here in the same spot.
Right. Yeah, and we made it a point. We had to get at least one kid to call to the bullpen and make them run in.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to do that to all. I threw 7 guys in that game, 7 different pitchers. So we couldn't do it with all, or we'd be there till midnight. But it was good, and for sure there was definitely some starstruckness, if that's the word.
What a cool experience for the whole program, all those guys. Coach, let me ask you, 2017. 2018, you guys get to CIF finals, to championship games. Those teams in 2017 and 2018, does this year's team resemble those at all? Like maybe there's some, intangible kind of things that as a head coach, you can kind of see from afar, like, hey, there's something special or unique about this year's team that they can make a run through CIF. Is there something about this year's team that makes them different?
Yeah, I think, that first year that we went to the finals in 2017, a lot of people don't realize we were 1-9 to start the year. And it took a whole culture change. And not to say you need talent, period. I don't care how good of a coach you are. If you don't have talent, you need talent. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But we were 1-9 and we were losing some close games. And just kind of how we touched on earlier, kids, you get down a run and they're going, oh, we're going to lose. And it took some culture changes that we did in the dugout and just practice and things like that. And once we got that first win, and it was a walk-off as well, and then we started to learn to win, and then you could feel the belief again back then. And I think we won 17 straight in 2017. And to answer your question, with this group and then both those groups, every day we walked up the field, at least in our head, we knew we were going to win the game, no matter what happened. And you can feel that. I've been on losing teams, whether it's me playing, coaching, you name it. And it's just a different feeling and a different culture. And just that not cockiness, but that confidence going in. Like I said, it doesn't matter who you're playing. We have a motto on our team. We play ourselves. It doesn't matter if Mike Trout hits you a ground ball, it's a ground ball. Mm-hmm. If a kid from Pacific High School hits you a ground ball, it's a ground ball. But, at that age, a lot of guys like to make that ground ball bigger than it is based on who you're playing. And so we try to hammer it down that we do what we do. Pitcher throws to the catcher. Doesn't matter, once again, if Mike Trout's up to bat or if the 9-hole hitter for whatever high school's up to bat. If I do my job, the results will happen. And our guys have bought into that, and we kind of started that in 2017, and with that came a lot of confidence. And once again, just boils down to our guys we believe we're one of the best teams around, and we believe we're going to win every game, even if you have to fake it because we're playing the Angels. We believe we're going to beat them.
Yeah.
That's the only chance you got. You gotta go in there with confidence.
Coach, my math is sometimes good, sometimes it's not so good, but I'm trying to think. So you could have technically had a freshman on that 2018 team that could still be a senior this year. Did you have any guys from that team in 2018 that are still in the program?
Oh, man. 2018. No. That 2018 team, we started a freshman on the mound. He's at CBU now. What are we, 22? My math's not as...
No, I think you're right. I think I'm off. I think I'm 1 year off. Like, so 18, 19, 20. The COVID threw me off.
Yeah, for sure. But no, we have our seniors now were in 8th grade when we were there. So, but you know how it works is, when you start to get a pretty good program, the senior legacy kind of follows into the next group. So the 8th graders kind of follow and learn what that group did. So that 2017 group for us really set the tone for who we are today. And whether those kids were there or not, as soon as they came in, the junior leaders in 2018, 19, and then 2020, it just kind of follows suit. And so then that's what, in my opinion, kind of builds a long-lasting program rather than just like a one and done type season. So yeah, there were guys on that 2017 and 18 senior season that, in my opinion, are still huge factors for us today.
Coach, I've heard this from other coaches, and I want to see if it applies to you as well. Like, they felt like almost, especially if they had success before COVID, after COVID, it was almost like building it from scratch again. Like, oh man, it's almost like starting over from square one. Do you feel like that success continued, or do you feel like, in a sense, you're just like, okay, we got to kind of rebuild some things again?
Well, we didn't make the playoffs last year, and we struggled. We had guys with talent. But one of the things we kind of pride our program in is our fall and winter season and really player development. And that COVID year, we didn't really get released to start practicing until about 2 weeks before the season. And so it was kind of, you're just hoping guys are on their own, doing their work and things like that. But you can't do anything with them. So we lost that whole developmental period. And then going into the season, we were pretty raw. And it's not an excuse because everybody was in that same position, and we all got to play. But it was one thing that I think in particular we felt hurt us because we don't play 30, 50 games or whatever in the fall. We really focus on developing the swings, developing the arms and things like that. And we lost that whole off season. And then going into the season, pitchers immediately, we had injuries because guys, we got to build pitch counts up and really get guys from August through into the season in shape. Mm-hmm. And we had to hit the ground running right off the bat. So we had guys injured. We were down to our 5th, 6th pitcher and things like that. So absolutely, we saw last year, a lot of guys we were able to use last year as, hey, you pulled everything. You did not know how to hit the ball the other way. And look at the results. We lost. So now those guys bought in big time in the fall this year, and we got guys hitting 450, 500 that rarely even pull the ball because they saw that, they made the change, we hammered it into them, and as a group, the results are now showing. And so I give the players a lot of props as they really bought into it as a group, and that absolutely starting from scratch this August for sure.
But it sounds like you're pretty excited about where this group is right now, and come playoff time, this group might be able to string together a couple wins and make a run again, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're pretty happy. We feel like we got one of the top pitchers in the area, and not just pitchers, but pitching staff. We feel like defensively we're really good. But, baseball is that weird sport. You can be Seattle Mariners, win 116 games and not make it to the World Series. It's just that when we went back to back, and I remember the first thing they said when I was at CIF is that never happens, is that a team goes back to back in baseball. Yeah. In other sports, you get a stud basketball player or two that might run you to 2 or 3 in a row. But yeah, so we're humble. We understand it's going to take a grind in the playoffs, and that even our guy can go and throw a no-hitter and it's 0-0 in the 7th. We still got to score. And so yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know there's potential, but we're definitely not going to get ahead of ourselves at all by any means. We haven't even won our league yet, so that's the goal. Valley View's got something to say about that right now.
First things first, but obviously trending at least in the right direction with the Vikings. Coach Alcock, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. I am curious, though, is that a Washington Huskies W behind you?
Yeah, I got home real fast from our game, and I didn't know where to set up. So, yeah, I'm from Washington State. That's where I played college ball and whatnot. I moved down here in 2007-8, so I've been here since. But still hold on to the Huskies and Seahawks and I brought up the Mariners. Right?
So like my teams, my favorite teams are always usually pretty bad. I'm a glutton for punishment. It sounds like at least Seahawks-wise and maybe even Mariners, some lean times in the past couple of years and maybe even in years to come for the Seahawks. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the Seahawks, who knows? Now we lost our whole team, it seems like. But, and, the Mariners haven't been to the playoffs in 20 years or something like that. So when I was a kid, they had those couple magic runs, and I, stuck with them. And nowadays, moving down to Southern California, you can watch all the games on TV.
Yeah.
You're not just stuck with the local. So I could still kind of follow them. But, yeah, that one Super Bowl run for the Seahawks was good enough for me. I'll take that.
Where's Edgar Martinez when you need him, right? Like he could probably still hit right now.
One of my favorites for sure. Probably my favorite player of all time. Absolutely.
Yeah, those are some fun Seattle teams. They were really, really good. Coach, again, I could keep going on and on, but thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Best of luck going forward. And if you guys keep winning when you get to the playoffs, we'll have to bring you right back and get you on the show again.
Awesome. Anytime. I appreciate it.
All right, you got it. That's Coach Brad Alcock here on the Inland Sports Show, breaking down some Moreno Valley High School baseball. One more commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show, and when we come back, we'll talk a little Inland Empire 66ers, plus our Big Boost Play of the Week and our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game when we come back.
The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Kin Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kinsportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Kin Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Kin Sporting Goods. Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team? Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals. This segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. Since 1976, Kin Sporting Goods has been #1 in the Inland Empire, providing team uniforms, sports equipment, letterman jackets, and more. Visit them off Hamner in Norco or online at kinsportinggoods.com. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Join Ray Bass and his experienced coaching staff for sports training to become bigger, stronger, and faster. Athletes from all sports, boys and girls, are welcome. Plus, learn more about the Bass Private School at boosttrainingsystems.com. And Danny's Pizza in Yucaipa. Looking for the best pizza in the Inland Empire? Look no more. You'll find it at Danny's Pizza off of Yucaipa Boulevard. Mention the Inland Sports Show and get 20% off your next order. So the next time you're ordering pizza for your family or maybe your entire team, make sure it's Danny's Pizza.
1-2 count. Be swung on, ground ball short. Shortstop's got it, throws on to first. A nice pick there by the first baseman. But it is not in time, and 2 runs score. And the Yellow Jackets have a 3-0 lead over the Hawks here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
My guy, Jacob Pedroza, on the call on IEMG as Colton beat Arroyo Valley 3-1 the final score. Nice win for the Yellow Jackets out there at the County Clash at San Manuel Stadium, home of the Inland Empire 66ers. That leads right into our Big Boost Play of the Week. Let's check that out because it was also part of the County Clash at San Manuel Stadium. This was the first game of the day on Saturday. It was Summit and Jurupa Hills. We put this clip on social media. You guys ate it up, and it was a big one. No score in the 6th inning. Isaac Castanon for Summit knocks home the only run of the game. That is the game winner for the Skyhawks as Summit beats their rival Jurupa Hills by a final score of 1-0 at the County Clash, San Manuel Stadium. Congrats to Isaac Castanon and the Skyhawks. That is our Big Boost Play of the Week. Getting a big win in the home of the Inland Empire 66ers out there. All right, and speaking of the Inland Empire 66ers, they will open up their season on Friday night as they will take on the Lake Elsinore Storm. And like the Quakes, the 66ers, and the Storm, they always have these great promotions and giveaways and cool things going on to make that fan experience, really special when you go out there and watch minor league baseball. And the Inland Empire 66ers have some really cool giveaways and promotions this upcoming season. If you're a Marvel nerd like me, there's going to be a big Marvel night. If you like Los Cucuys, the Cucuys are also coming back. Here's more with General Manager Joe Hudson.
I'm a Marvel nerd. As soon as you said Marvel, I was all in. I don't know if you guys are still working out the details on Marvel Night, but can you share anything what that might look like? People dressing up? I don't know if there's characters here.
Sure, yeah. We're definitely working out the details. There's definitely going to be some fun theme aspects to it. We might have a unique jersey that has something to do with Baby Groot by chance. It'll be a cool night, and this is something that we're actually integrated directly with Marvel as part of a minor league baseball package where there's 94 teams that are working directly with Marvel, and so more to come with that. It's a 3-year partnership, but this year it's year 1 in it, and we're excited to have that, and hopefully some characters out and a lot of things going on with that.
Can't wait for that one. I'm going to mark that one down. Joe, the IE for the IE 66ers, iconic, but including myself, a lot of people out there love Los Cucuys. Please tell me Los Cucuys is coming back this season.
Of course, yeah. Los Cucuys is one of those new brands we brought in 3 or 4 years ago. Definitely resonates with a large part of our community, and it's just a fun thing to do. You know what I mean? We've got the Latin music going. Our Latin players, which a lot of them from the Dominican Republic and in Venezuela, those areas, absolutely love being able to switch it up. And so, that's coming back for a number of series this year. Excited about it. We've got a little bit of a new twist on the look and new uniforms this year. So keeping it fresh, but also still making sure that we keep what people love, which is Cucuys as well.
The great Joe Hudson, GM of the Inland Empire 66ers. For the complete interview with Joe Hudson, you can check it out right now, airing on IEMG TV3, and it's also on the IE Media Group YouTube channel. So go check it out and make sure you hit subscribe. And finally, as we get to our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, we had a huge softball game as Cajon was able to beat Beaumont 1-0 in extra innings. A home run for Cajon to walk it off in the 9th inning. That happened this afternoon. So we go right to our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game. It's Beaumont at home against Yucaipa. So this was already a big game, but the fact that Beaumont lost to Cajon this afternoon, now this is a massive game in the CBL. Right now, Beaumont is the 4th-ranked team in Division 1. Yucaipa, number 5 in Division 2. This is a huge game, and again, Kahona able to pull off the upset against Beaumont this afternoon, so now this one is even juicier. So it's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this Friday, Yucaipa and Beaumont in CBL softball. 2 great programs with a lot on the line there between the Cougars and the Thunderbirds. Big shout out to our guest tonight, Andy Diaz, the new head football coach for Corona High School. We had Damon Keith from Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes, and Brad Alcock, the head coach for the Moreno Valley High School baseball team. Biggest shout out of all, Johnny Nunez behind the scenes here at Teen Vision TV 16, pushing all the buttons. We always appreciate it. My name is Pep Fernandez. Stay safe out there. God bless you. And we will see you next week on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.